I want to say good evening to everyone. And we got the late show again tonight. How about that? Return of the late show. This is the Public Health and Safety Committee meeting for May the 12th, 2025. Gathered here tonight, we have Commissioner Benvenuti, Commissioner Kit McFarland, and Charles Whiting sitting here in his chair here. We also have our Township Manager, Pastasio, and our Assistant Township Manager, John Bates, as well as our Solicitor, Alex Bumber, right, Alex Bumber. Okay. On our agenda tonight, gentlemen, first of all, is there anyone who's coming before for any other business before this committee? No? No public comments? Okay. You have public comments? Okay.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Well, thank you very much, sir. My name is Mark Morris. I'm going to keep this kind of quick. I apologize. I have a softball game, my daughter's first night under the lights, so I'd like to get to that.
Did they win?
No, they're playing right now, so
Okay,
I want to go.
let's hurry up.
Right now, it's 0-0 at the bottom of the second.
Okay.
Following along on the Game Changer app. I live at 1708 Magnolia Avenue. I'm a resident there of 10 years, and we are proposing a new stop sign at Magnolia and Parkside Avenue. Currently, there's a stop sign going north and south on Parkside. There is no stop sign east and west on Magnolia Avenue. Just past Magnolia Avenue is where it turns into Continental on the Hatboro side. Over the past 6 months, I have worked with Upper Moreland Township Police Department Traffic Safety Officer Andrew Meisner, and we have discussed multiple times why there should or shouldn't be one, and he's been very instrumental and helpful during this time in answering questions of myself and other residents and helping me understand the process to work towards this goal. Over that time, a traffic survey has been completed. That traffic survey, based upon current DOT guidelines for the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, recommends not having a stop sign there. But I believe, as well as the residents around me, that that's not the entire story. That data that comes from that doesn't take into account a lot of other information that we believe needs to be addressed. And so that's why I'm here now, is because as it stands, without the direct approval from the Department of Transportation, we need to move forward to a board meeting situation like this. So over the last 2 days, just in a short 2 hours, I went around Ward 2 and had 40 residents sign a petition asking that we have a stop sign put in there. I knew there was support for it in general. And 10 years ago when I moved in, Kevin Spear was the Ward 2 commissioner. I lived there for 3 months at the time, and Kevin knocked on my door petitioning for a new stop sign on Magnolia. I told him to buzz off. I didn't want anything to do with a stop sign. I thought there was too many stop signs in the area, and I could not see the need for one. I admit I was wrong. 10 years later, the traffic has gotten significantly worse. As a homeowner who has 3 young children on that street, we've seen a significant increase in not only in the traffic, from cut-through traffic with Jersey plates, out-of-state plates, people coming from other areas to get to Hatboro, but also the amount of speeding that's happened. Twice my car has been in a hit-and-run accident. We've seen multiple accidents at the intersection, and we believe that a stop sign would significantly add a safety margin to that area. What surprised me the most in just the last 2 days getting to these signatures was the overwhelming and emphatic support of every resident that I talked to. It wasn't a matter of, hey, explaining to them. As soon as I mentioned here, absolutely let me sign, when's it gonna happen? And what I thought was gonna be a 30-minute walk around the block just to ask and get some signatures became a 3-hour talking with people, explaining the situation, explaining what I've done over the past 6 months, and everybody was very interested. That said, in the neighborhood, there are 4 police officers who emphatically are for that stop sign as well. 3 of them are active police officers. My next door neighbor is a retired police officer. All of them want it. Our postal worker, he signed the petition. He walks that route every single day. He would know he emphatically wants this stop sign in place. In the traffic survey, the 85th percentile is what they use. And in that percentile, it shows the average aggregate miles per hour for people going east and west on Magnolia Avenue. That current speed was 26.13 miles per hour, and that's at the 85th aggregate. So that's the standard that's used in Pennsylvania. But on that data, of the 5,500 cars that were in front of my house on a residential street in a 2-week period, over 2,000 of them turned left or right onto Parkside. That's well above 85%. Moreover, that doesn't account for all of the neighbors that live in our area that are to and from their houses more than any other traffic in that area. Those cars are going 10 miles an hour, turning into their driveways, parking their cars. Those are all collected by that traffic data. So we don't believe that that 85% is representatory of the actual speed. Other than that, I'm just now pushing this forward to the board and to the township to see where we can go from here. If more signatures are needed, I'll do the work, but right in front of us now, I have 40 constituents that very much would like to see this. So any questions, I'm happy to ask, but otherwise, Officer Meisner has been very helpful and great to work with, and I'm happy to work with the township and anything that I can do to help. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Did Kevin sign it again? Because he changed.
He was, I haven't been back to his house, and I'm gonna mea culpa, like totally, eat crow. So I look forward to talking to him about it, but yeah, thanks, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would say this is something the chief has to look at and jump in and give us a recommendation.
Right.
Of what they feel, what should happen here.
Yeah, I just want to echo what Mr. Morris said. I back it 100%. It is in my ward. I drive by the intersection fairly often. Accidents have already happened, so I'll say it's another accident waiting to happen, I feel like. And aside from the speeding, that intersection is really just a blind spot when you're, to the cross traffic. So, I think this is something that we should seriously consider, and, whatever the next steps are, I'd like to have them pursued.
Thank you. Any other public comments on this? No?
Chief, come back with us next time.
Yes, sir. I'll meet with the traffic safety unit and we'll discuss this and we'll come up with some information to present at the next public safety. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Chief. And while you're talking, would you please give us your monthly report?
Yes, sir. I'll be brief. For the monthly activity summary for the police department for April of 2025, we had 1,801 calls for service. Our top 3 calls for service were traffic stops, medical emergencies, and general service calls. Total of 79 crimes were reported, 32 Part 1 crimes, 47 Part 2 crimes, 58 total arrests last month. We had 62 traffic crashes that were investigated, 589 cars were stopped, 220 traffic citations, 270 bus patrol violations, and the police department engaged in 740 hours of training. As far as, I'll just highlight some upcoming events that are coming up within our municipality. The department will host a fraud and crimes targeting the elderly seminar at our municipal building on June 10th at 6 p.m. In addition, we'll be holding a teen driver safety seminar on 2 nights, on June 17th and June 24th, here again, starting at 6 p.m. And these will cover some impaired driving topics as well as general safety for teens. We are also hosting our Junior Police Academy on July 30th and July 31st at Pileggi Park. And that information is available through the Parks and Recreation's website. As far as other information, I will be moving forward as we speak to new business regarding the Huntington Road complaint that we were discussing last month. Additionally, we have been looking at the the concern that was raised at the last meeting regarding the Fairhill and York Crossing. We are working forward with that, moving forward with that. I will say, looking at some general statistical data, our traffic stops are up on York Road about 37% from last year, so the officers are being proactive in that area. We have 657 traffic stops that have occurred on York Road to date. So again, we're out there doing that. Some of the general information we're getting off of our speed studies on Lincoln, again, speeding and Sampson. Speeding is not an issue from what we see right now, but again, we'll continue to do proactive enforcement in that area and look at some other measures to see if we can mitigate some concerns that have been mentioned here regarding York Road. Other than that, I have nothing further, sir.
Thank you very much, Chief.
Thank you.
Any commissioner comments for Chief?
I have no comments.
Any public comments for the Chief? None? Okay, I was remiss, committee members, we have to approve the minutes for our April 29th meeting. Would you please approve of those, please?
Yeah, approve it.
Good.
Yep.
Good, okay, they're approved, thank you very much. Okay, Chief Glassman, wake up, we're going to you now.
Thank you, Commissioner. It's my pleasure to present the April 2025 Fire Department report. There are 67 fire calls, 23 EMS calls, total of 90. Total for the year is 377. The amount of fees we collected through permits, turnpike, and PA recovery for the year is $34,454. 14 fire marshal investigations, 35 part-time employees. The 4 recruits next month will change. They graduate from the fire academy, all 4 of them, next Tuesday night. We had 2 significant incidents. On 410, we had a building fire at 600 Lakeview. I have 3 quick slides for you. 421, we had a shed fire at 3155 Davisville Road. We installed 2 smoke detectors, 3 different events, 100 people. Fire service training, 31 personnel, 255 hours. On the emergency management side, I participated in a tabletop exercise with the Southeastern Montgomery Regional Task Force that was held at Montgomery County Fire Academy. Also participated in the county meeting, the Easter meeting, and we had another June Fate planning meeting. And if you could flick them 3 slides real quick, I don't want to tie the meeting up too long. We're running late, but I think it was a significant incident right here at home. That's the remnants of those top 2 pictures right there. This incident occurred at 8:30 at night at 600 Lakeview. I can tell you if we weren't there in 3 minutes and 30 seconds, this would have been a completely different scenario. In fact, the next morning when I was communicating with Detective Gallagher, he said, Chief, if you guys weren't here like the old days, this place would have been on the ground. That's 8:30 at night, and we were there in 3 minutes and 34 seconds, and that's what they found. And hot tub is looking like electrical wiring. So everybody did a good job. And that concludes my report, pending any questions.
Okay, any commissioner comments for Chief Glassman?
No comments from me.
Any public comments for Chief Glassman? None? Okay. Our EMT report is not here today. He's not here to present. He's out on assignments, so we're going to skip him. And we have no old business, but we have some new business. And Chief Bendick, would you talk about the speed, please?
Yes, sir. Before the board this evening is a request to authorize the advertisement of an ordinance for Huntington Road speed limit change. Late last year, some concerns were raised about speed on Huntington Road, which is currently posted at 35 miles per hour. Some speed studies were conducted and some traffic calming initiatives were explored. At this time, some concerns do still exist due to the overall narrowness and the topography of the roadway. The Pennsylvania Motor Vehicle Code does allow us the ability to reduce that road speed limit to 25 miles per hour as it is considered a residential roadway. At this time, the police department is recommending the board move forward with that and advertise to reduce the speed limit to 25 miles an hour for the entire length of Huntington Road.
Okay. Gentlemen, you ready to bring this before the full board?
Sure.
Yes.
I figured you would. Okay. Speed kills. Okay, we'll do that, Chief. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Any other commissioner comments at this time? Okay, you're ahead of the commissioner. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm other items right now. At our last meeting, a resident brought up the fact that the Little League lights might be shining into some homeowners, or there was complaints that they were shining into homeowners' houses nearby the Little League. I did talk to the Little League. They are going to investigate that, so I just wanted to bring that to the board's attention that it was asked and it was followed up with, and I'll continue to communicate with Little League.
Thank you. Yes.
So I saw the announcement of the June fete, and I just want to thank Pat and the police department, the fire department. I know there's been multiple meetings to see that this happens this year. Thank you.
Any other public or commissioner comments? None? Okay, we stand adjourned. Thank you very much for staying for the late shift.